Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Cooper and welcome back to SIS Film Breakdowns. The next episode in the video series highlights Florida wide receiver Van Jefferson, the son of Sean Jefferson, a former NFL wide receiver and current New York Jets assistant coach. Van was one of the consistent contributors to the Gators passing game over the past two seasons after spending 2015 to 2017 at Ole Miss. At the Combine, he measured in at 6 feet 1.5 inches, 200 pounds, though he was unable to participate after finding out about a foot injury going through medicals. We're going to take a look at some plays from his 2019 games against Kentucky, LSU, and Florida State, while also looking at a few one-on-ones from Senior Bowl practice. We're going to start by watching a few plays near the goal line. The first play we're going to take a look at is a rep from Senior Bowl practice. He's going to run a back shoulder fade at the front corner of the end zone, but let's really take a look at his feet off the line and see how he gets open. Now at the snap we can see he takes a jab to the outside, a jab to the inside, before ultimately releasing outside and adjusting to make a back shoulder grab for an easy win on this rep. Now most receivers will try to take too many steps and dance too much off the line to try and separate at the beginning of the play, but Jefferson's steps are quick and efficient, as we'll see throughout the rest of this breakdown. The next play comes against LSU from the 6-yard line. He's lined up right here as the number 2 on the trip side. He mainly played the X, but slid into the slot in certain formations. He's going to run a whip route at the goal line, starting out and coming back to the inside. So now as we roll the play here, we can really see how he evens up the DB whenever he gets out into his route. It really makes him try to guess which way he's going. So once he breaks out, he does a really good job sticking his foot in the ground and dropping his weight to change directions to get back inside. And although Kerry Vincent plays it pretty well, Jefferson's still able to extend and really snatch the ball out of the air for a touchdown. Another play later in the LSU game, Jefferson is lined up to the left at the bottom of the screen down here. It's third down from the 2-yard line, and this time he's lined up against freshman phenom Derek Stingley and is going to run a slant route. Now when we play the play here, off the line, he gets Stingley thinking he's going to run a fade towards the back of the end zone, but then sticks his foot in the ground to cut back towards the middle. Now Stingley gets out of position, gets out of control a little bit here, and opens up the middle of the field for Jefferson. Even though Stingley recovers fairly well and gets back into position, Jefferson is still able to make a strong hands catch for another score, holding onto the ball even after taking a shot to the back. Now we turn to the Florida State game. He's lined up to the right this time, down here at the bottom of the screen, and is going to run another slant route at about 6 or 7 yards. One thing we've seen so far from his route running is how savvy he is at setting up his routes, and we see that again here as he works off the ball to the outside, getting the corner to open up and flip his hips, and then at about 6 yards, sticks his foot in the ground to work and break back to the inside on the slant. The corner is out of position and is now trailing on the play, and it really puts Jefferson in a good position. Even though the ball is put on him instead of in front of him, he has to cradle the ball and fall to the ground, and a good ball here could have easily resulted in a 15 to 20 yard gain. Jefferson ran nearly every route on the route tree, but slant was near the top, running it 16% of the time while at Florida. He was able to haul in 21 of 25 catchable targets for over 200 yards and 6 touchdowns. Now I want to take a look at a couple more reps from the Senior Bowl. This first one is going to be a comeback working up to 18 yards back to 15. Now as we watch here, watch how he sets this route up for himself. At around 8 yards, he gives a little hop to get the corner guessing, and once he bursts out of that, he really gets the corner thinking he's now going to run a go route. His cushion is completely broken, so he has to turn and run with him. Jefferson does a good job sinking his hips here and taking minimal steps to get out of the top of his route and then back to the sideline for an easy completion. We can really see here how sudden he is in his route running, going from full speed to stopping on a dime and then getting back up to speed to really finish his routes. This next one is now against press coverage, and he's going to run a 10-yard dig route. At the snap, he fights off the punch and gets a pretty free release to the outside. The corner is again beat by the 7 to 8 yard mark here. He thinks Jefferson's going deep again. Jefferson is able to drop his hips and stop on a dime in about 2 yards, and the corner can't stop that quickly and has his hips flipped the wrong way, flying right on by him. Jefferson comes underneath back to the middle of the field for another easy completion here. Now let's look at the dig route in a game situation. Back to the LSU game, again lined up against Derek Stingley, down here at the bottom of the screen. Stingley is slightly playing with outside leverage, so at the snap of the ball here, you see that Jefferson attacks him to get on the same plane. So at that point, he now has Stingley guessing which way he's going to be running and giving himself a cleaner lane to the inside. So here he breaks towards the middle, gets away from Stingley here, but hesitates a bit to sit in the zone. and that throws off the timing a little bit with his quarterback, who is expecting him to keep running. He jumps off the ball, goes through his hands, so he's unable to make this catch on a little bit of a miscommunication with his quarterback. And he has a decent catch radius, especially from what we've seen in previous plays, but one area he tends to struggle some is going up to get the ball. The final play we're going to take a look at is against Kentucky. He's lined up down here to the left side of the formation and is going to run an out route at about 10 yards. With the corner playing an outside leverage again, he attacks him to even up the plane, and once he gets evened up with the corner, now he has him guessing which way he's actually going to be going. So you can see here, evens him up, gets him to flip his hips and turn. He eats up his cushion, makes his break to the outside. The corner gets completely turned around and in nowhere close to a position to make a play, and Jefferson again makes an easy uncontested catch near the sideline. After seeing some plays with him running dig and out routes, we can see how efficient he was on those routes over the past 2 seasons, catching 11 passes for 135 yards. While he put up some good numbers at Ole Miss, Jefferson was really able to show off his skill set the past 2 seasons as a Gator. He converted an 89.4% catchable catch rate, amassing over 1,100 yards and 12 touchdowns. In 2019, he had a 76% positive play rate against man coverage, which really is a testament to his route running. Though he doesn't really possess a second gear, his suddenness as a route runner and strong hands will play a huge part in why he succeeds at the next level. Make sure to go get the SIS Football Rookie Handbook or register for a free trial on the SIS DataHub to see all of these stats and more for every player, and also tune in each week to the Off the Charts podcast. Thanks for watching SIS Film Breakdowns.